Good evening. All glory and honor and praise and blessing and power be to Father Yahweh, the creator of heaven and earth. Hallowed be his name, Yahweh. And to his son, Messiah, Yahweh Shah, whom he has appointed as the prophet, the only high priest, the prince of the kingdom of the earth, soon to be the king of the earth. All praise and honor and glory be to the Lamb. Greetings to the 12 tribes scattered according to Bible prophecy into the four corners of the earth through slavery and oppression. Greetings to the 144,000 who are among them, being prepared for final movements in the destruction of Babylon. Greetings to the Gentiles who, through faith in the perfect righteousness of Father Yah and answering the call of the Father through Messiah, have become grafted into the scattered nation of Israel, the bloodline. Greetings. Greetings to the chat. Chaplain Lewis, Black Above Reality. Akbar, my brother Imana Prakash, my brother David Harriet in England, Funky Fresh Enterprise, and others. Greetings. Right now, as we said, as the Bible said, in fact, let's take a look. Revelation chapter 1. Revelation chapter 1. Revelation chapter 1. And I'm going to repeat a couple of familiar passages that we talk about all the time in Revelation. But Revelation chapter 1, again, verse 1 and 2, actually 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to skip down 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to read verses 17, 18, and 19. 1, 2, and 3, 17, 18, and 19. Revelation chapter 1. The revelation of Messiah, Yahweh Shah, which Yah gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of Yah and of the testimony of the Messiah, Yahweh Shah, and of all things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Verse 17. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead, and he laid his right hand upon me, saying unto me, Fear not, I am the first and the last. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and of death. Write the things which thou hast seen, and the things which are, and the things which shall be hereafter. So here we're seeing, obviously, that we already know the book of Revelation was not written for everybody. It's written for the servants of Yah. The servants of Yah being bloodline Israelites, according to Revelation chapter 7, 144,000. The message is given from the Father through Messiah, delivered by an angel to those servants. The servants bear record of the word. And there's a blessing placed upon those that receive the message. Also, we see, as we just read, 3 time periods are covered in the book of Revelation: the past, the present, and the future. So that every day that passes, there's something in the book of Revelation that has already been fulfilled. In our present, there's things in the book of Revelation that are now being fulfilled. And then there are things in the book of Revelation that have yet to be fulfilled. But what I will tell you is that right now, we, in this time frame in which we are heavily involved in Revelation 13 through 18. Heavily involved in Revelation 13 through 18. Within those 6 chapters, the end of 14, chapter 15, and chapter 16 are really things that happen after everything else. Everything else in that book is happening now, especially chapter 13. Now, let's look at chapter 13. Let's take a look at it. Especially here, we will find ourselves here quite a bit in this time space in which we're in between now, especially now and 2027. We will find ourselves in this space a lot, okay, because of all the things that are happening. Now let's look at Revelation 13. I'm going to begin at Revelation 13, verse 1, and go down to from verse 1, go down to verse 9. Revelation 13, 1 through 9. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yah, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear to hear, let him hear. So we're not going to go into all of it today, but I'm going to give you the scriptures. If you want to know the meanings of the leopard, the bear, and the lion, go back, and then 10 horns, go back and study Daniel chapter 7. And then especially go back and study Daniel chapter 2, Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Then look at Daniel 7, and you might want to look at Daniel 8, but especially Daniel chapter 7. And when it talks about the book of life of the Lamb, that is also in Daniel chapter 7 and in Revelation chapter 5. Same thing. Okay? So I'm not going to go into that now, but suffice it to say, this is representing a religion that is also of political power, because you can see it has worship. They worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. They worshiped the beast. All that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. The word worship, religion, is prominent here. You also can see that they worship the dragon, and the dragon is Satan, the devil, which the Bible says in Revelation 12, deceiveth the whole world. So you have a religious power, and when you look at Daniel 2 and 7 and 8, you will realize it is based in Rome. A religious power of worldwide import based in Rome. It says, and I saw it says, and it says, and they worshiped the dragon and they worshiped the beast. Okay, and then it says, and I see, and all the world, that's what I was looking for. All the world wondered after the beast. So it's worldwide, it's religious, it's political, and it's powerful, and it's deceiving the entire planet Earth. We have fingered this to be Rome. We have fingered this to be Christianity, Roman Catholic Christianity. Then there were offshoots. Let's talk about history for a second. The ages called the Middle Ages were the dominance or the rise of the dominance of the Roman Catholic Church. At the end of that dominance, there were other Christian religions that broke off as offshoots of Rome. There were Catholic priests whose intent was never to leave the Catholic Church, but ended up creating religions, Christian religions that were offshoots of Rome. In fact, the whole period of time is known as the Reformation. Have you ever heard of the Reformation? Reformation? What was that about? Why did they call it Reformation? Because the object of these Catholic priests that left the Catholic Church, or they really didn't leave but were put out, was to reform the Catholic Church. That's why they called it the Reformation. The object was to reform the Catholic Church. And they had a name for those people that were part of the Reformation. They called them Protestants, because they were protesting Rome. Rome, in response to this, created a special order of Catholics with a special mission to infiltrate all Protestant churches. That order was called the Society of Jesus, or the Jesuit order. And as we can now look back on that history, ask yourself a very pointed question. Did the Protestant church reform the Roman Catholic Church? Was the Reformation successful in its mission? And the answer is clearly, plainly, no. Instead, all of the Protestant churches have now changed their name, so you don't hear Protestant anymore. No, what do you hear now? You hear the word evangelical. Evangelical. They've been infiltrated, and all of the evangelical churches give honor to the Pope of Rome. All of them. So that you have a group now, you have the Catholic and you have the evangelical, formerly known as Protestant. And why are they not calling themselves Protestant churches anymore? Because they are no longer protesting. They are no longer protesting. Back to Revelation 13. Verse 10. Starting at verse 10, I'm going to read verse 10 down to verse 12. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. So the Roman Catholic Church is the king of killing over religious grounds. They have killed more people over religion than any other religion save one, Islam. They have enslaved and killed more people between the two of them than all other religions in history. Period. Tens, even hundreds of millions of people, including bloodline Hebrews. And it says here, he that leadeth into captivity will go into captivity. And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Then it uses this term. Here is the patience and faith of the saints, those not involved with these man-made religions, those seeking Father Yah and his begotten Son Messiah and his word alone. The patience and faith of the saints. Let's continue. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Now, a beast represents a nation, a kingdom, a country. So what nation, kindred, or country, or a power do you know that came up after the establishment of the Roman Catholic Church and has a symbolism similar to a lamb? Now, let's talk about lamb. In the Bible, what does lamb represent? In the Bible, what does lamb represent? In the Bible, the lamb is the sacrifice for sin. John the Baptist said, behold, when he looked at Messiah, he said, behold, the Lamb of Yah, which taketh away the sin of the world. Lamb representing Messiah. So here, this beast would claim to represent Messiah, but it really doesn't, because it only looks like a lamb. Inside of it is the dragon. It speaks like a dragon. So they have a costume on, a disguise that make people think they represent the lamb, but they really represent the dragon. Therefore, they are deceiving the earth by doing this. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him. The first beast had everybody worshiping him, and as we alluded to, shed more blood of the saints too than anybody else. So this lamb-like beast does the same thing worldwide in his power, exercising the power and authority of the beast before him and shedding blood worldwide in the name of the lamb, but are really representing the dragon. This is the United States of America, which has the foundation, so-called, of Protestant Christianity. Does it not? Was not the nation founded by Caucasians from Europe who were Christians? Wasn't it? Did not the nation come to the land that is now North America from Europe and from Canada all the way down through Mexico, took over and killed the inhabitants that were here and placed in place of their worship Christianity? Did they not? Did they not? This is the United States of America. So as I said to you at the beginning, I said to you that right now, in the period of time in which we in this space that we occupy between now and certainly 2027, maybe even a little further than that, we're in Revelation 13, 14, 17, and 18. Now, the Bible says in Ephesians chapter 6, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Now, let me ask you a question. What we just read there, where it said the dragon gave power and authority to the beast. Couldn't you say that that's spiritual wickedness in high places? Can you say that's principalities and powers? Can you say that if it's the dragon involved and all the world wonders after it, it's the rulers of the darkness of this world, that is spiritual wickedness in high places? Can we say that? And let's look again at the second one. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Is that not the same exercise of power as the first one? Is it not spiritual wickedness in high places? Is it not principalities and powers? Darkness of this world? See, brethren, here's a good hint. Anytime you hear dragon mentioned, it's darkness. Okay? If it's Asatan, Revelation chapter 12, look at it, Revelation 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So he's the devil. The Bible calls him the prince of the power of the air, the prince of the power of darkness, the prince of this world. A liar and a murderer is what Messiah described him as. And he is ruling the earth with religious powers and political powers, principalities and powers, rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. So let's contrast just for a minute the difference between Yah's kingdom of righteousness and the dragon's kingdom of darkness and spiritual wickedness in high places. In Yah's kingdom, Yah is looking through Messiah to redeem human beings. The 144,000 were redeemed among men, from among men. Yah is looking through his Messiah to seal his, according to his word, to seal his chosen people, and through his chosen people to bring the message of eternal, perfect righteousness to the earth, even to the Gentiles and the children of Ham. He's going to gather together his chosen ones by blood, along with those who also come with them. He's looking to deliver them from the certain death that's coming on planet Earth because of rebellion against him. Now, Satan's kingdom works a little differently. Satan will use people for the furtherance of his cause. And when he finishes using them, they become trash, disposable, cast aside. But before that, they can become, it's almost like, you ever see that Cinderella, that fantasy Cinderella? Wasn't it Cinderella that had the pumpkin turn into the chariot and became a princess, and then it all went back again? Was that Cinderella? I think it was. That is Satan's empire. He will bring you on top, make you famous, immortal, and all that. But when he's done with you, bye. And we are seeing that in real time. For example, there's a lot of issues, as we know, with Kanye West and with Kyrie Irving. There's a lot of issues going on right now. But one of the angles to that I want to share with you in this context are not Kyrie Irving and Kanye West made wealthy by the entertainment industry. And when I say entertainment, I'm including sports, because sports is entertainment. So am I lying to you? Am I telling you the truth if I say they were made wealthy by the entertainment industry, right? Now, they said a few things that got the people that are in power of the entertainment industry a little upset. Can we agree on that? They said some things publicly using their platforms, which are large, given to them by the entertainment industry, and they said a few things that caused people in power of spiritual wickedness in high places to be upset. Now, with that in mind, can we not, and there's many angles to this, but one of them is, are those two gentlemen not now in the valley at least of making a decision between truth and poverty, or staying the course, keeping their mouth shut and staying wealthy? Are they not trying to make that decision? Because why? Because as long as they can be used as figureheads, as long as they can pose as leaders using their platform and using the enormous wealth they have acquired, the generational wealth, if there is such a thing, that they have acquired of this world, they can use that platform to influence literally millions of people for good or for evil, or better yet, deception. Now, if they decide they no longer want to be deceptive, they want to come with the truth, they'll lose all their wealth, power, platform. It'll all go away tomorrow. Because when Asatan is finished with you, if you're no longer of use, see you later. Another recent casualty of this phenomenon is one former president, Donald Trump. Donald Trump was extremely valuable in the cause of Satan. And I'm not saying that because he's Republican, because listen, in terms of spiritual wickedness in high places, there is no Democrat and Republican. I want y'all to understand this plainly. There is no liberal and conservative. They all belong to Asatan. I just want y'all to understand that. They all belong to him without any exception. I know some of y'all have a hard time with that, but you cannot swim in a cesspool and not smell like dung. And that's what that whole system is. Okay. Let's bring up Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump was greatly used for the cause of Asatan. How? Well, you see, brethren, one thing I believe we need to understand. Well, first, let me start with the minor stuff, which is not really minor. Donald Trump appointed during his presidency 234 judges. That is, judges on the Superior Court, Courts of Appeals, District Court judges, 234 judges under his presidency, including 3 judges on the most powerful court, a lifetime appointment to Supreme Court of the United States. Okay, he appointed 3 during 4 years. That's very quick. Okay, now, of the 9 Supreme Court judges I pointed out multiple times, 7 of the 9 are Roman Catholic. The odds of that, the most powerful court of the most powerful nation on planet Earth, has 9 people on it, and 7 are in the same church. What? Is this a good old boy network or what? So he part of his function, and that's what it is. See, people think, and let me, I was trapped in that too multiple times, I was trapped in it too. But listen, we think we're voting for somebody for president, but the truth is these guys and women are chosen. And what happens is they use the enormous amount of marketing dollars that are available at without any end to want to put and market the one they want to win in the right way. They want to, depends on who they want to appeal to, whether it's black people with Barack Obama or whether it's white rednecks with Donald Trump. Doesn't matter. Okay, they will market that one and fix it so that they win. Period. Care who you think you're voting for. Okay, they're really mind controlling everybody. They got me with Barack Obama. I ain't gonna front. They did. I wanted to see a black man win. They caught me, and all Barack Obama was a rainbow president, multiple alphabet rainbow president. Okay, that's all he was, and they're still using him. Okay, that's why he's still in the news. They're still using him. But aside from that, what was Donald Trump? Okay, well, I just mentioned all the Supreme Court judges, especially in the Supreme Court, and then the 234 judges from district court, all the way from appeals court, powerful courts. That was his function. Now, one thing we need to understand. I just told you the beast is the Roman Catholic Church. I just also told you that the lamb-like beast is the United States of America. What do they have in common, the United States of America and the Roman Catholic Church? They are both founded and established by Europeans. Am I lying about that, or is that true? Was the United States founded and established by Europeans? Was the Roman Catholic Church founded and established by Europeans? Is that true or not? All the Protestant churches that came out of Rome, founded and established by Europeans. So that the entire modern Christianity over the last 1,000 years, founded and established by Europeans. Okay? Who've been powerful over the last 2,000 years? Well, Rome and Greece. Founded and established by Europeans, according to Bible prophecy. Children of Yafet. Okay? I say all that for you to understand something about the United States of America. Okay, they must get a consensus from the nation. See, they must get a consensus of the majority from the nation for them to do something big or anything big that they do. Which means they're not appealing to Spanish people. They're not appealing to Black people. They're not appealing to anybody but Caucasian people. That's the appeal. That's the main appeal. It has to appeal to them first. You know how the Bible says to the Jew first and also the Greek, because the Most High is trying to reach his chosen Black people first? It's the opposite here. It must appeal to the European first. Okay? Everything that goes on the planet in a major way must appeal to the European above all. And what the rest of it's trying to do is convince the rest of us that we should go along with it. Recently, Herschel Walker lost the Senate race against Raphael Warnock, right? And Herschel Walker was running for the Europeans. He wasn't for America unless it's European. And he lost. But look, he got 1.7 million votes. Warnock got 1.8. Very small margin. Okay, very small margin. So they're done with Herschel Walker. They used him, done with him. But he was saying, and again, I'm not a registered Democrat or a registered Republican. I'm not. And I'm just going to tell you how it is, because I'm looking at it from neither side, right? He was saying some of the dumbest crap I ever heard somebody come out their mouth with, right? Herschel Walker was dumb as a box of rocks, and people were still voting for him. Why? Donald Trump said, I grab women by the PU whatever. I grabbed them by the crotch, I grab them by the crotch. That's what he said. Am I lying? That's what he said. Okay. And they still voted for him. Women voted for him in record numbers. Why? It was white women. Why? Because despite what Herschel Walker says or said, and what Donald Trump says or said, white supremacy is behind it. Because what they've been marketed, how it's been marketed is, you Caucasian people are losing your power. Your jobs are going to Mexicans that are coming through the border. And it's Mexicans that's committing all of these crimes and sex slavery and stuff, although it's been proven statistically it's Caucasian white males that make the market for sex slavery and human trafficking and child molestation. But that's a different thing. But they making you think, these Mexicans coming across the border, these Spanish coming across the border, taking your jobs, and these evil Black beasts raping your white women, and we're losing our power in our nation, and we need to take our country back. Did they say that? Did I make that up, or is that what they said? Have you ever heard them say that? Is that part of the MAGA game? Take our country back. It ain't like nobody took their country from them, right? So what's the theme? We're losing our white supremacy. We're losing our white power. Therefore, we need to make sure we take our country back. So the appeal is to them. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man, watch the governor of Florida. Watch him, okay? Watch this dude. I'm telling you. If I'm right, he's the last president. He's the last one, okay? But that's what's coming. Okay, so you're going to get people now. It's out the box. It's like when Obama was voted president. Now, listen to me carefully. When Obama won the presidency the first time in 2008, right? Black people in America got bold, man. We said, we got it now, man. We free now, man. We getting ready to get everything. We getting ready to get our 40 acres in the middle. It's all coming now. Isn't that they were getting bold, man? Getting bold. Of course, that didn't happen. But then when Trump became president, these white rednecks got bold, man. I mean, bold. Oh, yeah. We're going to take our country back. Yeah, Trump is right. Trump is from Jesus. Jesus had Trump coming in. I love my white Jesus and I love my President Trump. Isn't that? Am I lying to you? They got bold. brethren, it's coming back. But my point in bringing up Mr. Trump is today, the Trump organization was found guilty of tax fraud. Mr. Trump he's got to deal with that. He's got the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, on him for criminal counts of fraud, tax fraud, lying to the government, a whole bunch of stuff. He's got his tax returns now already sent to the House. They got the tax return. The tax return is going to be disseminated. Going to find out he's been a fraud the whole time. He's been a fraud. Not that that would matter to his supporters. I'm just saying that's going to come out. What I'm saying to you is they setting the boy up to fall, right? Because why? They finished with him. He's of no use anymore. See, he was of use while he did that TV show, The Apprentice. He was of use to them then because he's on TV and he had a show, blah, blah, blah. He's of use to them running for president because they can get the 200-something judges appointed, including 3 Supreme Court judges. They can solidify white supremacy, and then they can get all them people together under DeSantis. But now, they done with him. They finished with him. See you? See? That's how it works in the Babylonian kingdom. You're only relevant based on how you work for Asatan's deceptive, whether that deception's in entertainment, in business, in politics, and religion. You're only relevant as you work for that, as you're on that side. And what happens is, it's like in sports. You will get, let's call it no-name team A, right? No-name team A losing for years and years and years. All of a sudden, and nobody cares about them except the city of no-name A, right? And then all of a sudden, they get a superstar and a couple of superstars, and they start winning championships. And then all of these fans come out from all of these other cities that could care less about them before, but also, you know what they call that? Bandwagon fans. That means they only jump on the bandwagon when everybody else is jumping on because it's popular to do so. That's the majority of people of planet Earth. That's the majority of people of planet Earth. Okay? Chicago Bulls was losing for years until they got Michael Jordan and then Scottie Pippen, and all of a sudden now you got a whole bunch of people that became Bulls fans. Then you got America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Why the American team? Because they were winning Super Bowls. And you got bandwagons jumping on from all kinds of cities. New York Yankee fans all over the world, not from New York now, but because they were winning championships. And so you got bandwagon. Okay? This is true of all facets of Babylon. That is why the Bible says they can receive the mark in their foreheads or in their right hand, because the right hand represents bandwagon. The forehead represents the workers in that system, the people that are prominent in that system, the people being used in that system to influence the rest. The bandwagon is everybody else that just following along because they want to be with the winner, right? They want to be with the winner and act like they've all been faithful to the winner, but they're not faithful to nothing. The patience and faith of the saints are the ones that stand firm for truth, regardless of who says what and who cares. That's who Yah is looking for. The ones that want to worship in spirit and in truth, not because it's their favorite denomination or the colors of their favorite team, but because it's right, because it's true. And brethren, that is where the spirit of Father's righteousness will rest. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yah and have the testimony of Messiah. The testimony of Messiah is the spirit of prophecy. And no, it ain't no Ellen White. The spirit of prophecy comes directly from the Father. And if you give anybody else credit for that, you have just blasphemed, including USDAs that claim Ellen White is spirit of prophecy. You have blasphemed. It comes from the Father Yah through Messiah. That's the spirit of prophecy. And the Messiah's testimony is the bearing witness of what the Father just gave him, the revelation of Jesus Christ, which Yah gave unto him to show unto his servants. That's the spirit of prophecy. And it's given to those servants who are giving the spirit of prophecy. That's why the angel said to John, I am your fellow servant. Wait, let's take a look at it. Revelation chapter 19. Revelation chapter 19. John was so overwhelmed at the things that he saw. Let's read from verse 9, down to verse 9, from verse 9 and 10. Revelation chapter 19, 9 and 10. Watch what it said. And he said unto me, Write, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he said unto me, These are the true sayings of Yah, the true sayings of Father Yah. Did you hear that? Okay, wait a minute. And I fell at his feet to worship him. He was so overwhelmed. He was going to worship the angel. He was so overwhelmed. And he said to me, See thou do it not. Why? Because I am thy fellow servant. John is a servant, and the angel is a servant. And all the Israelites awakened are the servants. And of thy brethren, Israelites, that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship Yah. For the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Father gives the future to his son. His son reveals it by an angel to his servants. Does that make sense? That is the spirit of prophecy. And those servants are the ones that have only one aim in mind, just one, the glory of the Father, which they understand comes by obedience to his word. And they understand that power of obedience, even that comes from Father Yah in the form of perfect righteousness, which we receive by faith. The Bible says they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And it says the Father seeketh such to worship him. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. The majority of the earth are going to be bandwagoning. And when Babylon is finished with a Donald Trump, when they finish with a Kyrie, when they finish with a Kanye, they're going to cast them aside. Now, that doesn't mean these individuals can't come to the truth. It just means Babylon finished with them. In some ways, when you think about it, it's a blessing that they would lose all of the wealth and power and trappings they got in Babylon. Because then maybe they could be saved. Maybe. If they lose it all, maybe they could be saved. Because in keeping it all, they are surely lost. Brethren, you will not be famous and well-liked on planet Earth and by the Father too. Impossible. If the earth and the planet Earth and the majority of the people of the earth like you, Father hates you. I'm telling you plain, Father hates you. He said, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I what? Hated. So don't tell me the Father can't hate you. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Don't tell me he can't hate you. If the earth loves you, Father hates you. And if Father loves you, Satan hates you. You cannot be on both sides. You cannot be. That's right. GD, you said it. That's exactly right. He could be a vine dresser. Isaiah chapter 61. Isaiah chapter 61. See, this is the thing, brethren. I don't put nothing past the Father. Like, you just don't know. There's going to be people in the kingdom you would have not expected to be there. And there's going to be a lot of people you say, oh, surely that brother's going to be there. And he's going to be outside the city waiting to get burned up like the rest of the lost folks. There's going to be a lot of surprises, brethren. A lot of surprises. Notice what it says. Isaiah 61. I'm going to read from verse 1. I'm going to read from verse 1 down to verse 7. The Spirit of the Most High Yahweh is upon me, because Yahweh hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh and the day of vengeance of our Most High, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahweh, that he might be glorified. And they shall build the old waste places. They shall raise up the former desolations. They shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. Watch closely. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks. And the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. Sound like Donald Trump to me. And ye shall be named the priests of Yahweh. Men shall call you ministers of our Most High. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. For your shame ye shall have double, and for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them. Oh yes, if you lose the riches of this earth, you can gain the eternal riches. If you lose the riches of Yah, you can gain riches in this earth and power. You could be used in Babylon. When they're done with you, they toss you aside, and then you're still lost unless you repent. We're in Revelation 13 right now. The lamb-like beast that speaks as a dragon is in power, and he is enforcing all the power of the first beast before him is happening. The image of the beast is being formed in the so-called evangelical church, being formed with the court system, with the politics and the business all together. The three Abrahamic religions are coming together. You're going to see a revival of all three. Talking about building a temple in Jerusalem right now. The Pope's going to bless that. Islam's going to bless that. It's coming. Okay, it's coming fast. We're just these next few years, we're already here. Okay, and then Revelation 14, which focuses on the 144,000, their seal and their message. That is now happening as I'm speaking to you right now. It's happening. Okay, right now. It's happening. Brethren, it's exciting times. And every week we talk about current events. And every week you're seeing prophecy being fulfilled. Revelation 13, Revelation 14, Revelation 17, Revelation 18. Every week is being fulfilled. The future represents Revelation 19. That's coming. The future. And it's not too distant. It's not that distant future. It's very short-term future. If a child is born today, that future is going to come before that child is 12 years old. Okay? Child is born today. That future is going to come before that child is 12 years old, before the Ashkenazis can do a bar mitzvah. That's it. That's what we're dealing with. Okay? Well, brethren, please read your Bible. Read your Bible. Start in Genesis, finish in Revelation, everything in between. When you do that, start again and keep reading this book. You don't need to worry about no other book. Keep reading this book. Your Father in heaven has an eternal spirit that will guide you through it. He has ordained us to read this book. He has ordained us to put our trust in his word. Read this book. He will bless you. It will change your entire life, your entire destiny, your entire existence. Read it. It's worth the time. Takes at least about a year, but it's worth it. As I said, I've read it through 19 times. It's my 20th read. I'm in Ezekiel right now, yo. I'm in Ezekiel chapter 33 right now. I'm hoping to finish Ezekiel and Daniel this month and then finish the whole rest of the Old Testament in January and then use February and March for the New Testament. That's where we're at right now in my 20th read. And I'm learning all the time, every time. And you will too. Read the book. Read the book. Funky Fresh asked a good question. I'm going to leave you to study that, Funky Fresh. I'm going to leave you to study that. Look it up. Look up Euphrates. Look it up. Look it up. I'm going to leave that for you to study. We have done Bible studies on it, so you can look up the Bible studies in the Revelation series that we've done. But I'm going to ask you to go ahead and read that. The best way for you to learn is for my Father in heaven to teach you. That's the best way. That's the best way. Now, the Most High has called me to teach, and there's no doubt. But as a teacher, what I have learned is to give you what? The fishing pole. I could give you the fish sometimes, but I want to give you the fishing pole because once you catch the fish, then you'll start going. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be evasive, but I'm trying to, what I'm saying? It's better that way. Now, once you've been searching, you come up with some questions after you've been searching it out. Okay, we can talk about it. Okay, we can talk about it. But the best thing for me to do is give you the pole, let you go fishing. Go ahead, baby. Do that. Do that thing, okay? May the Most High bless you and keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And may he lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Shalom.